Hey everyone, it's Cole from A Plus Power Sports. Today we're going to take a look at what I did to my boost this year for 2023 and just show you what accessories I'm doing, what carbides and setup I'm running on it this year to try, and what studs. So let's get into it a little bit. All right, I try to go for functionality in most of my accessories that I install, and this year Polaris knocked it out of the park with the punch and the floodlights. Now I have tried both. My brother Logan has the floodlights on his sled and I have the punch lights on mine. Both fantastic. No matter which way you go, you're not going to beat it. If you are the leader of the pack and you're just out on the trails and you need to see really far, definitely the punch lights. That's where they're going to shine through. If you are more back of the pack or you're a follower, the floodlights are extremely nice. You're not blinding the driver in front of you, but it gives you a nice broad range out to the sides. It makes it almost like you can see around corners. You can see into the woods where you're trying to go. Floodlights are awesome for kind of that middle of the pack, back of the pack person, and then these punch lights really just shine extremely far. So that's my first upgrade, is the fog light or punch light on it. From there, I have mirrors on my sled this year. My dad rides our sleds, and of course he wants to have mirrors on it, being a leader. And I found that it is nice when you are leading, having mirrors on the sled allows you to see headlights behind you. They don't look that bad, of course. They're not big bug mirrors coming off the side. They're kind of sleek on this Matrix chassis now, but huge improvement, and you can see right behind you. All right, looking from the front of the sled, you can see how I keep myself staying warm. Right now this year, it's been pretty warm out across Wisconsin and the UP, so I'm running a mid-windshield right now. This is how this sled was snow checked, so this is just the factory smoked mid. As it gets later in the year and it starts to get colder outside, I have a white one of these valance pieces and a tall windshield already on it. So I can quickly and easily just pop this windshield off and pop my new one on there. I highly recommend that if you are gonna switch windows, just buy the visor piece. It makes your life so much easier, and you can truly actually switch between windows from day to day. But for now, since it's warm out, we're running with a lower windshield. I have Fusion handguards on this year. I've ran them in the past. Power Mad makes the mounts for them, and they are really nice handguard. Polaris makes an awesome handguard as well, but if you want something just a little bit different, this offers a lot of protection, and they are flexible. So if you are off trail or you hit a tree branch or something, they're not gonna break off in the cold. They will flex with you. And it can hit the window and not have to worry about anything. It just slightly hits the windshield. Not a big deal though. So Polaris came out with their new knee pads this year. My brother has a set on his sled, and they're nice. I'm not gonna lie, they look super sleek. They're a nice looking knee pad, and they're a lot thinner, and they're stuck on. These ones are still by Polaris. They're Pro Armor actually. They kind of have a weird part number when you look them up, but I'm keeping them in stock right now. They are a lot thicker than the other knee pads. The other ones are sporty. These are definitely going to cushion and add a lot of comfort to your knees if you are a forward-facing rider, which most people are when you're riding on the new Matrix. You're pushed pretty far forward into the dash. So having these knee pads, it's kind of a must for me. I'm so used to having them. Without it, it feels weird. Up at the top here, I always ride with the tether. This year I have the magnetic tether. That way I don't have to deal with snow getting in it. It's just the latest and greatest, so I was gonna give it a try. RCA plug, even though I have a 509 open face helmet, if it's really cold out or my dad rides it and he wants to plug it into the heated shield, make sure that's on there for you. It's like 40 bucks, so it's not that expensive to slap on the sled. I'm big on storage, and you make sure you always have some kind of a storage spot. There is underneath the seat and behind the dash display on the Matrix chassis, but you can never have enough with you when you need it. So this is the Lock and Ride Polaris low bag. So quickly and easily is removable. It's just two little pins that stay locked in, but you want to take it into the hotel at night. There's a grab handle, and you don't need to leave it out on the sled. And it locks back in the morning, and it's rigid. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck there. So if you don't have a rear tunnel bag, highly suggest it. I think it kind of fills in the back end, otherwise they look a little naked. Especially on these Assaults, they're so long and there's nothing back there. It looks kind of goofy. So on this Boost Assault, it was ordered with the 1.325 track. That's a good track for the trail, but definitely not going to hook up when we are coming to a stop, and this is an extremely fast sled, so I wanted as much traction as I could out of the hole, and just a safety factor coming up to stops and corners. I want to be able to stop as quick as I can. I did just a bare minimum amount of studs on this. I believe it's 102 studs on the 146 track. I don't like studding the outside edges. They tend to rip out easier. Just right down the middle. I kind of made my own design, so we're going to see what happens this year. This is a 1.325 snow stud double, so aluminum backer, extremely strong studs. Been super impressed with all my snow studs products that we have now. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Make sure you have tunnel protectors on your sled if you are gonna install studs. That's gonna get expensive quick if you don't. All right, this is one of the most asked questions by people is what kind of carbides are we running? What is the setup that we're running? There are tons of different brands. There's Woody's, Bergstrom, Triple Points, Stud Boy, Snow Studs. There's hundreds of different styles of hundreds of different styles of carbides on the market that you can choose from. I'm just showing you one that I like and I've played a lot and I think it works. I'm really impressed with Snow Studs as a company, and all the product they make has been extremely just top notch. But I'm trying something different this year. I'm always running 8-inch single runners on it, and it does a great job. Through the corners, when you want it to corner, it's gonna bite in and it's moving where you need it to. The thing that I struggle with a little bit is these sleds being so far forward, 100% honestly, they're going to chase and track a little bit depending on snow conditions. Now, some guys are saying you can put shims in it. I tried that last year. Yeah, it helps, but it's not perfect. You can put dualies on it. 100% guarantee that will take pretty much all of that darting and diving away. Because it's cutting its own groove no matter what. It's locked into its own path. Running the single though, you're able to bounce in between different grooves coming from other sleds. What I tried this year on our first trip up, and it worked really nice, was I'm running a single 8-inch on one side, and then I have a dual 6-inch, I believe, on the other side. But that dually and one 6-inch allows you to turn easily. It still allows you to bite in through the corners and turn, but it stopped that chasing and darting and diving. So the reason I'm not running 2 dualies is what I'm finding, if I'm running 2 dualies and you ride aggressively, it's gonna push through those corners. You're gonna have to really ride that sled like you mean it to get it to corner. Think about it, you got 4 points of pressure down and it's cutting its own path. It's gonna push through it. With singles, it's biting in and it's cornering when it needs to. I've kind of found the sweet spot for me and my riding style, 1 single and 1 dually, and it's working out well. So as you can see, just a single 8-inch snow stud carbide on it. And then on the other side, I have a dual 6-inch snow stud carbide. In my opinion, I guess it doesn't really matter which side you put it on. They're gonna do the same thing. I just put them on how I brought them out. But what's cool about it is if you're gonna ride this setup, if you and your buddy go in on a set, you guys both could split it, or you just have backups all the time, because you will have to buy a single and a dually. But try it if you need carbides and see what happens. All right, hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned something. If you guys have any questions on what I'm running on it, leave a comment in the section below. If you like this video or want to know more about it, hit that like and subscribe button to follow more of our videos on our channel. If you want to see what I have in my current inventory at A+ Power Sports, check out aplusride.com. And as always, thanks for watching.